Good early morning, everybody. It is early. It is midnight now, Saturday, July 6th, 2013. And later on today in London, the final of the Wimbledon women's draw will finally be played out. 2 weeks of blood, sweat, and tears, 2 weeks of guts and glory, and 2 weeks of upsets have led to an amazing conclusion. The surprising finalists, 24th ranked German Sabine Lisicki, the conqueror of Serena Williams, and 4th ranked Aggie Radwanska, will play 15th ranked French woman Marion Bartoli, who's been in a Wimbledon final before, way back in 2007. This proves to be a very interesting match because in a way, they're very, very similar opponents. They both love to hit the ball. They can match each other's pace, blow for blow. We saw what Lisicki did against Serena and how she was able to even out-muscle her at times, which is theoretically impossible. Then you have Marion Bartoli, who hits as big as anybody, can choose some wicked angles with two hands off both sides. A lot like a Monica Seles in a way. It's going to be an interesting matchup. It's really going to be interesting to see how these two go head-to-head against each other. Historically, head-to-head, Sabine Lisicki has held an edge. They've played twice before on grass, both at Wimbledon. In the first round in 2008, Marion Bartoli prevailed 6-2, 6-4. She was just coming off a runner-up performance the year earlier. And in 2011, in the quarterfinal, Sabine Lisicki took Marion Bartoli out 6-4, 6-7, 6-1 on the way to losing in the semifinals to Maria Sharapova. Overall, it's a 3-1 head-to-head lead for Sabine Lisicki. So far this year, neither player has won a title, but Lisicki holds a win-to-loss record advantage, 20-12 compared to 14-12. Hard to believe that these players are only barely above 500 entering Wimbledon. But it's really going to be interesting to see how their styles match up against each other because you can kind of, in a way, when you have two players that have played before, when you have them contest the Grand Slam final, you really, in a way, you can't use any of their prior head-to-head matches as data for predicting a winner because it's a Grand Slam final. It's the most prestigious tournament, Wimbledon, in tennis, and maybe the most prestigious event in all sports. So you really can't make a judgment either way as to say, well, this player's done this so-and-so against this player. You can't really do that. You kind of have to be fair both ways and say, Wimbledon final, winner take all, see who handles the pressure better. I got to give an edge to Lisicki in this match. And the reason why is because the fact that she's been playing so well this whole tournament. From the start of the tournament, to her upset in the fourth round of Serena Williams, to her semifinal win, 9-7 in the third set against Aggie Radwanska, she's shown she can handle the pressure better. And the one thing of all that has really helped her in this tournament is her serve. Through 6 matches, she has 39 aces, which is by far and away the highest total in the tournament. To put that in perspective, Marion Bartoli's number 17, she has 12 aces. So it just goes to show that Lisicki's serve, particularly her first serve, is going to be crucial in this match. If she can hold up like she did against Serena, against Radwanska, she'll be very, very tough to beat. Now, from the ground, I think it's kind of a push because I've seen Bartoli play in some big matches. I've seen, she's played Serena. She's beaten Serena a couple times. I've seen her play against Venus. I've seen her play against Justine Henin. I've seen her play against some really good players on grass, and she knows how to beat the ball from the baseline. Both hands off, a forehand, backhand, can really hit the ball, can really come through it. She has the ability to hit big off both wings, which is pretty rare in today's game for the women. Usually they're just big off one side, or they're more or less counterpunchers. Not necessarily with her. She can crush it off both wings. Not just hit big, but crush it. If I had to give a slight edge to Bartoli, it would have to be an experience because she's been in a major final before, even though it was 2007. She knows how to handle herself better. She's been on the tour longer, more mature. But that experience can only go so far, It's not guaranteed to show up and make that big of an impact. Because you can look at it in other sports. In Super Bowl 45, the Steelers are going for their third Super Bowl title in 6 seasons, and they've been in 3 Super Bowls. They've been in a boatload of AFC title games. They've been in the playoffs. Green Bay was still a really, really young team. Green Bay won. Look at then the Super Bowl year after that, Super Bowl 46. It was a rematch of a few years ago, and the Giants came through. They had a lot more experienced guys than the Patriots, and look at the Super Bowl that they played previous to that in 2007, 2008. Pats were veterans, 3 Super Bowls in the early part of the decade, going to really top off their dynasty. It's 19-0. Giants were an underdog, no experience. Only I think 1 or 2 players actually had experience in a Super Bowl, and they won. Experience means a lot, but it can only do so much. It can only prepare you for what to expect. But when you get down to it and you really see, get to the nitty-gritty of playing in a Wimbledon final or even a Super Bowl, it more or less comes down to who plays better on a certain day and who handles the pressure better. And in this tournament, this women's tournament, Sabine Lisicki has handled the pressure phenomenally. If you look at the routes that Lisicki and Bartoli have had against each other, in this tournament, Bartoli, she hasn't lost a set yet. She has not even been pushed to a tiebreak in this tournament. Martin Bartoli. Lisicki, in the second round, had to come from a set down to beat Sam Stosur, who's won a Grand Slam. Then, of course, the tremendous victory over Serena Williams in the 4th round. Then the 9-7 third set victory over Aggie Radwanska, which saw her blow a set and a break lead. She's proven that she can mentally hang around, and she's not going to quit. You put that all together, you've got as a package, you got a hell of a challenge if you're Bartoli, because Lisicki's not going to go away. And she can hurt you pretty much in any way. Serve, forehand, backhand, return, you name it. I give Lisicki the edge in this match, and I say that she will win this match, and she will ultimately win this tournament because I think that she'll be able to take advantage of Bartoli's second serves. Because Marion Bartoli in this tournament, of her 6 matches she's played, only 2 matches has she succeeded in being above 50% of her second serve points won, which is a total that she's going to have to. She can't afford to let drop, into the low 40s and high 30s in this match, because Lisicki will just pick off her second serves all day long. Lisicki's been a lot more successful on her second serve. And, of course, her ability to hit aces. She hit 10 against Serena and hit 9 against Radwanska. She hits big off the ground. 60 winners against Radwanska, who's a very, very good counterpuncher. I say that Lisicki is slightly superior mover. I say that she's a bigger hitter off the ground. In some aspects, I think if it becomes consistent, I think Bartoli has an edge because she can really, work points better. But if I had to give an edge to any player, I think I would give an edge to Lisicki in this match because her serve's bigger. She's going to be able to pick off some of the Bartoli second serves. And I think she could even come forward a little bit, like she did against Serena. Put a little pressure on Bartoli and come in a little bit. Maybe not direct serve and volley approach, but still, find a way to get to the net and finish some points off. So I say Sabine Lisicki will win Wimbledon and defeat Marion Bartoli in the final. 3 sets. Coming up, break down the men's draw.